Hello, YouTube. We're going to discuss an important subject today. I happen to be a probate judge with The Hague, and I'm also an international attorney. Today, we're just going to ETC, etc. The biggest mistake ever made in law. Lawyers, teachers, educators, most anybody that writes makes the same mistake. Now, ETC starts with a capital E, lowercase t, and then a C with a period, comma if it's in the middle of a sentence, capital E T, capital E, lowercase t, lowercase c, period, period at the end of a sentence. And these are two very important details because these are the biggest mistakes made in briefs, biggest mistakes made in court, biggest mistakes made in law. And if you are going to be a student, if you're a student listening to this, if you are a lawyer currently, or if you're a judge currently, this problem comes up an awful lot. And for you, especially you students, whether you're young, in preschool, in high school, or in college, ETC is one of the biggest spelling errors you're ever going to run across, period. But especially if you're going to be in law, this is a very important key mistake that is made every time someone does something in law. Now, ETC is capital E, lowercase t, and then a C, lowercase c, with a period, period at the end of a sentence, and a capital E, lowercase t, lowercase c, period, comma if it's in the middle of a sentence. These are the two biggest mistakes made in law by lawyers, judges, etc. And if you're going to be a teacher, if you're going to be a student, this is something you're going to have to get right. Because if you do it wrong, especially in a law brief, it can be tossed out. If you have a contract and you do ETC wrong, it can be thrown out. If you do a last will and testament and you do ETC wrong, it can be thrown out. This is something that happens an awful lot, and I think it's my job as a attorney and as a judge to let everyone know, hey, this is a common problem I see all the time, and I would like those of you who are attorneys, those of you who are students, those of you who are judges to know how to do ETC properly. Now there are other ways to use ETC, but these are the two primary ways to use ETC. Now let's do a review. Capital E, lowercase t, lowercase c, period, period at the end of a sentence. And if it's in the middle of a sentence, we're going to go capital E, then we're going to go lowercase t, lowercase c, period, comma. Please practice this. This will help you in law. It will help you in writing. It will help you in contract law. It will help you a lot. And I hope this helps those students, those teachers, those lawyers, and those wonderful people that we call judges to get this right and to help the next generation of law professionals to become better educated, and will hopefully not make this mistake in the future. Until next time, I'm General Liam Klein. I am a probate judge for The Hague, and I'm an international um, attorney. This is a common mistake that happens a lot, and it's actually the number one mistake that happens in the Supreme Court of the United States. So, you might want to fix this problem before you go there. This is something to check your paperwork for. Because if they see an ETC and it's not done right, they will throw it out in a heartbeat. So, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your patience. And thank you very much for learning something with me today.